So this is a quick video to show you how to do the etch file or the etch panel in order to be able to then cut that out and have an etch on it so that it will light up nicely. So we're going to create a new file in Adobe Illustrator. Our file this time is going to be called I'm going to call it TIC, etch panel. TIC being my initials, etch panel. It's going to be the width. We'll go for 100, and the height this time is going to be 150. It's going to be in millimeters, and it's going to be RGB color. And then we're going to hit create. And it should actually bring up a nice panel that's the full size of your screen. We're going to go file, we're going to place. We're going to make sure that show import options is checked, and we're going to actually do our etching panel. So etch panel, there it is there. Hit place. It's going to be the original size. Click on OK, and I'm going to place it somewhere up in the top corner, and there it is. Straight away, I'm going to change the size while it's still selected to 0.04 millimeters, which means you can barely see it, but there it is anyway. On my screen, it makes it okay to be able to see, and that is what we'll cut out. I'm going to put my initials just so that I know it's mine down here, TIC. I'm going to put them down onto one of those so that you don't see them, but you can still see it will still etch. Okay, so anything else that I draw on here now will etch. So I can put, so anything I draw will work. So I can put some text. So I can say some text, and if I make that by clicking over here a lot bigger, so like so, and change the font, that will etch. I can also draw a square, that whole thing will etch. If I swap that round, then I'll just get the square on the outside, and I can change the stroke size to make it nice and big. That will also etch. So it will etch just the edge there. So you can see that you can change things around. Let's just say, for example, I want to round that box. I've now got that and then some text that will etch. If I really wanted to do something slightly interesting, I could also do a rectangle tool. I can draw a rectangle here, cancel, draw a rectangle, there it is. And I can change the stroke size down to 0.04 millimeters, and that will cut. So if I leave that rectangle there, there'll be a little hole. Let's just put it in there like that. There's going to be a little hole now where that is. In my etch panel, so you can actually have a hole through your etch panel, which you may want, or you can change the shape of your etch panel by doing that as well. Don't change it down here because that will mess it up, but everything else will work quite nicely. You can basically put in, if you put in an image, say for example you've taken a photo of yourself, it's not going to etch well in this situation. If you're etching it onto timber, that looks quite nice, but etching it onto the clear perspex doesn't work very well. You need to use images that are made up almost entirely of lines or strokes. So that is important. Once you've done that, you can save that, and that will be ready for you to submit for cutting. You can either submit it to your teacher, or you can arrange to have that cut yourself.